thank you again for those that have joined. There are again some familiar names in that list, so it's nice to see that you are all coming back to this, so you are finding it useful. In today's session, we're going to be focusing on an introduction to extensions and events, which were two of the biggest things that were introduced in Dynamics NAV 2016. My name is Nick Macon, for those that don't know, and if you have any questions throughout, you can always use the comment section on the right hand side, so the question section on the right hand side. I'll get to them at the end, or you can feel free to email us using that email address at any point. You can email us any question at all, whether it's about this session, whether it's about another session, or anything at all about NAV, and we promise to reply to it, no matter how daft it is. So feel free to reply to us or get in touch with us on that email address. So, just as a little reminder, this is actually our third knowledge hour so far, and it seems like they've gone down quite well so far. So I hope you guys are getting some value from them. We have done previously an introduction to Dynamics NAV 2016 and an introduction to standard workflow that was introduced in Dynamics NAV 2016 as well. So this is the third one we've done, and again, we've also put the recording links on all of these on YouTube. So after some feedback that we took on board from one of our sessions, we've started to put the recordings of these straight onto our YouTube channel as well. So feel free to go back to this page and to view the recording link of it on any you may have missed out on. That will just take you to YouTube, so you don't have to worry about signing in or anything like that. First off, I've just rejigged this a little bit before I jumped on. We're actually going to talk about events first. So we're going to introduce events. I want to go through a few examples of events in Dynamics NAV 2016. I'm going to run through a bit of PowerPoint first, just to introduce some of the main concepts around events, what they can do, what they can't do, why you should use them, and why they are really nice. We'll then show a few examples in NAV, just so you guys have a bit of an understanding, but we're going to keep this very, very high level, just so you've got the understanding of what they can do. We'll no doubt definitely have another 1 hour session just focused on events to delve further into them. So I hope that sounds okay. In the second half, we're going to have a little look at extensions again. We're going to do a similar thing. We'll run through a PowerPoint, introduce the concept, and then we'll just have a look at maybe how one or two sit in our database and how we can apply them, uninstall them, and stuff like that. So I hope that sounds okay. Obviously, at the end, we'll always have time for Q&A. So if you do have any questions, you can feel free to write them in the question section, or if we don't have time for any questions, I'll make sure to follow them up at the end of this knowledge hour, as always. I hope that sounds okay. So, just as a little introduction, obviously I've changed this slightly, so it was only 10 minutes ago I decided to do events first, but extensions, essentially, if you wanted to know what they are in one line, they enable you to modify Dynamics NAV without altering the source objects. And that's a really, really interesting concept in 2016. Again, just to re-emphasize, both of these were introduced in Dynamics NAV 2016, so these have been big things that have been introduced to the platform in one release. So again, it's been a big change, but this is what extensions are. They'll enable you to essentially add a set of customizations onto a deployment of NAV. We'll go through this and we'll make it a lot more clearer, but again, it does this without modifying the source objects in the database that you install them on. I'll show you an example of this later as well, so it will be clear, but that's what extensions are in a one-liner. Events are really, really exciting. They allow us developer folk to separate custom functionality away from the standard business logic that Microsoft provide out of the box, which is just great. Honestly, it really is nice. So where Microsoft have code in, for example, tables and code units and stuff like that, we can separate code that we would have wrote in that code unit or table and do it elsewhere, hence saving a modification to an object, meaning that overall, going forward in the future, the plan is that NAV systems will be a lot easier to upgrade and maintain going forward. One of the main reasons why it will be easier to upgrade is the fact that there won't be these huge modifications to these standard objects. For example, when you want to trigger I don't know, a message to say this, or validation on number, or something like that. We can do all this, any bespoke functionality in code units, in bespoke code units that don't touch the standard ones. Which again, sounds, you're probably asking yourself why, but don't worry, we'll come to all that. But again, it makes it a huge thing that we mean that Nav is just going to be a lot more maintainable going forward, which is a really nice thing that Microsoft have done there. So we tip our hats off to them. Just as a little warning for those, this will get a bit geeky. So if you just wanted to know what events and extensions were, you can just leave at this point. I won't be too disheartened. If you just wanted a high level, then that's what we'll do today. We're just going to keep it basic today, but it is going to get a little bit geeky. We're going to talk about code units,